Okay, I'm recording, and begin when you are ready.
Hold on, wait. I've lost my sheet. I've just.
You act like
Okay.
you act like I've got all the space in the world on this computer.
Okay, all right, it's fine. All right, I'm ready to go. Hello, everybody. We are here with Vagrant Undertow. Is that right? Have I got it right?
It is. Yes. All right.
It's very nice. Now, here's how it's going to work. One after the other. I don't care how you do it. Just organise yourselves. I'd like it if you could tell us your name and what you do inside the band, please.
I'll go first. I'm Charles Woody, and I play guitar.
I'm Justin, I sing and play guitar.
I'm Kenny, and I'm the roadie and tech.
Cool. So there's three of you. Have you, how did it start? How did you two decide that this is what you wanted to do? Let's make music together.
Together, I don't know how it happened, but alone it was from watching Def Leppard's Hysteria that made me want to do it.
Wow.
Fair enough.
How'd you want to do it, Justin?
When we met at the Dildo Factory, I knew it was meant to be. Sorry.
Whoa, wait, whoa.
wow.
You don't just
Hold
throw
on a
out
second.
names like the Dildo Factory and just expect us to be like, oh yeah, that's fine, it's totally legit.
The Dildo Factory.
I go there every
You remember?
Friday, yeah, it's brilliant. So, can you please, what is the Dildo Factory?
It is a factory that makes dildos. I'll just be blunt. That's what it is. We
It's-
both enjoy some toys,
Hold
some fun
on,
time.
that can't be right. Is it actually a dildo factory?
I can vouch for that, actually.
Oh, Jesus.
That's how I got roped into it. I actually worked there, and they told me that I could get better pay if I came and hung out with them and did what they told me to.
No pun intended.
So far, they have been right. Making dildos does not pay, people.
So
Does
what's
not pay.
so I'm very intrigued by this. I know we're not really. So this isn't something that we can air, but we'll just talk about this anyway. So
This is never going to air.
no, it's not. No. But so Dildo Factory. So what were you doing? Were you doing like the end product into the box, or were you popping the motors in, or what? What?
I actually...
I think Woody, not Woody, excuse me, Kenny, our roadie, was online. He would actually, mold the dildo, make sure it was the perfect fit.
It's it's a very tedious project. You actually have to go in with male models and get like this Play-Doh stuff.
Whoa.
Hold on. That sounds like very invasive work.
After a while, you just get used to like.
You just man up and do it.
I wore a blindfold most of the time, so I wouldn't feel as like weird touching another dude's junk.
He was,
But I mean,
he was the quickest molder in the whole factory.
I did. I won Employee of the Month 2 months in a row. Only took me about a minute to a minute and a half to mold a man's member.
I think that's impossible.
It's not impossible. I did it.
So I mean, they have the mold. How do you check the fit?
So basically, it's like you take a.
It's not just like a wall, just like
Plaster
layered in
pairs.
like flashlights, is there? And you walk over, whack it in, and then go, oh yeah, that fits, and then you just whack it in a box.
I love how you can confidently just throw flashlights into a conversation.
Well, okay. Do you know what a glory hole is?
Yes.
Okay, I never actually saw these guys' faces. They just walked up and stuck it through a hole, and I just molded
Wow.
it. And left.
Okay.
That's not very personal, is it?
Yeah, it's like donating sperm.
Anonymous dildo molding.
Yeah, I mean, for all I know, it could have been both of them. Like at some point, I would never know.
I do
That
think
might be
people
how
would do that,
people
just have a
Going
laugh
to
with each
freedom.
other. Now, to be a dildo cast, I suppose. Do you have to have a large member, or can you just sort of like take a mold and then can you just like exaggerate it afterwards?
It varies.
I guess
Yeah,
each penis has its own distinct properties. So I mean, custom.
Ah.
Anyway, music. So about
That's the
music.
best conversation of my life.
Ooh, segue. Okay, so you're I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't believe. I can't believe that we've started an interview. I've never before have I started an interview talking about dildo making. I have to be honest. It's ridiculous.
I don't think I've ever met anybody who's done that.
No.
It's one of those things that you just assume like they just appear out of thin air. You don't think somebody has to sit there and take the mold and.
Do they have
Yeah,
to? Do
it's,
they cast them factory-wise? Do they cast them in bulk, or are they all done by hand?
It's actually single process. So once you get one penis, they'll make a large,
Mass production.
of one,
Yeah.
and then they'll move on to another one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like I'm not doing like 15 dudes, you know, like per day. It's like I do probably like 2 dudes a week.
The fact that you said you do dudes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing dudes. I'm doing dude wieners.
Okay. which is better? We'll never know.
Of course it is.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
So hold on. So all you guys met, and then so what was the setup? Was one of you already, you know, starting to try and find and set up a band, or was it just a mutual interest that you all decided to go for it?
Yeah, it was mutual. We all had already played instruments. We all hung out and just played covers or whatever. But then, yeah, it was just mutual. We would play together and it formed into something that we really love to do, and we're just continue doing it.
What sort of stuff did you play together, like the covers?
First Date by Blink-182. That was in the very beginning. And then like we played Nirvana. We went from a grunge band to a pop band. So it was a very
Sex Pistols.
Yeah, we put out Sex Pistols as well, just varying stuff, and then we just grew into what we are now, just a
More rock
band.
Yeah, pop rock.
Was there a stage where somebody or you played for somebody and they were going, look, I don't think you should carry on anymore. I think maybe, you know, that's enough. Stop it.
What do you mean, in the crowd or us?
Just generally, if you played in front of like family or friends, were any of them saying, you're not, maybe not do this anymore?
No, because our live shows is far different from our recordings, because we put on a show that's different from most bands now. We actually put on a show. So, I mean, the live show is way different from recordings. Coming to a live show is much, much better than hearing the recording. So, no one's done that. Not after seeing us live, anyway.
Because I know that, like, whenever I'm singing around the house, Mum's always going, look, no, stop that. Because you're just going to embarrass yourself. And then still, I'm constantly singing to Martyn, and Martyn's sort of, no, just stop.
No, what are you talking about? Okay, this is the thing. Like me personally, very well established singer. I'm not going to go into this.
Oh, here we go.
I asked Luke. I asked Luke to sing for me on this song that went, you know, a tad viral. And now
yes, I love this story.
he hates it because it's the one he's basically sang all of the songs that I've written for the last 5 years, and the one song that he refused to sing just because he was too cool for it is the one that goes viral, gets like millions of views, and he can't stand it. I love it. I love it so much.
There we go. That's very nice.
So speaking of playing the live gigs then, what sort of stuff do you play? Is it all charity gigs, or do you play in like local bars? And I don't know how it works for a rock band.
We've done both, but mainly we would stick with lately charity events. That's what we've really been doing. A lot of something called Relay for Life. It raises money for fighting cancer awareness, stuff like that. But mainly charity lately. But we play it all really. Any show we're down to do.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's the shows. Do you use those as a way of maybe getting scouted? How does it work with? Because I know in the UK we kind of have this thing called the Brit School, which where any of our, you know, pop related acts, it's basically a school where they go to like perfect their craft, and then they seem to just cherry pick the best ones and make them into stars.
It's very snobby.
It is a little bit snobby, yeah. So how does it work over there? Are you basically pushing your demos to labels, or are you just waiting for somebody to come along and say, you know, we're interested?
Well, actually, for us,
DIY.
Yeah, it's do it yourself.
Yeah.
We've always DIY. We've always done it ourselves in every way. We're not looking to get signed, because basically what a label does is they're a bank. They just give you a loan, and then they give you amount of money to, you know, pay for whatever you want. Then you have to pay that money back. We found that it's much more rewarding to do it ourselves, and then people just buy the CD from us. It goes straight back to us, so we can reinvest it into our stuff and just keep putting out new CDs on our own, in our own studio, and, you know, in our own home, making our own shirts. And we're not really looking to get signed or anything. But I mean, if we start making a really large profit, then I'm sure labels will come running. Yeah, but I don't see that in our future anytime real soon anyway.
Okay, so like speaking of like, you know, investing the money back in yourselves, have you ever thought of like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been turned away from playing gigs because they go, oh, we've never heard of you or anything, but have you ever considered setting up your own independent label just for you and maybe other people that are similar to you in the area?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. We have thought about that for sure. That's something we were talking in depth about, was starting our own label, and then possibly, you know, just going around to local bands that we know that are doing really well for themselves and have them hop on board. But it's not something that we've really, you know, put a lot of money into to start up or anything. But yeah, we have thought about it. But as for the first statement you said, I don't think we've ever been turned down from a gig. No. I mean, we've had to turn them down due to
several
conflict issues with already playing dates.
We actually had the what was it, Sponge. They were pretty big. we had to turn down that show. I mean,
what are the shows like in UK? Because we've never been over there, guys. I mean, what's the local venues like? Are they packed, or are they people just standing there with their arms crossed?
Oh, it depends where you go to.
Yeah,
it depends.
I can only talk of Nottingham. I've only been here for a while because I don't live here. Obviously, I live in further down south where you couldn't throw a stone without having a field. There's just fields everywhere. Like there's no. I mean, if you want to play a field fight, but that's it's just fields. That's it. That's all that happens there. You're happy. You're lucky if you get a home down there. To be honest with you, otherwise it's just fields or caravans. It's a very nice holiday area. Come and visit. Anyway, but in Nottingham. We have Rock City, don't we, Martyn? Have you ever been to Rock City?
Yeah, I've been a few times. Rock City is the only place where I ever got a black eye in a mosh pit, which was fun. I went to see, who was it? I think it was My Chemical Romance came, and this was years and years and years ago. Wow. It was like during the Black Parade days, and they came, and basically, I got a black eye in a mosh pit. I laughed it off, I thought it was funny. But our music scene here in Nottingham is brilliant. Like, I've got a friend who does a radio show on the student radio station, and it's called the Wait Unsigned Show, and Wait stands for We're All in This Together. And basically, it's all these different independent, acts and unsigned artists which all basically support each other. And they actually translated from that student radio show into a show on our big local commercial radio station, and they basically had a branch on the website for it all. So the unsigned scene here in Nottingham is brilliant. Even if you just came over here for a little while, you definitely get some kind of exposure, if you talk to the right people.
That's awesome.
But the live shows.
Have any of you guys ever been to the one of the O2 academies? Like the big venues? I heard those are really big over there.
I've been to the smaller one. So I've been to the O2 Arena. I've been to the Indigo 2, which is basically like the little smaller one, which is more for like a little award shows and stuff. But I've never been to the big O2 itself. Me and Luke have been to a couple of concerts in local venues, like bigger ones, like the big arena ones, for the likes of the Killers and stuff like that.
Wow.
And the Kaiser Chiefs as well.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really good.
Tell them, didn't you go to the O2 to see the Saturdays?
No, I went to the Nottingham Theatre Royal to see the Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Sorry.
I like how you're trying to make me embarrassed that I've been to see a girl band. One,
no, they won't
there's
know.
5
They
of
won't
them
know.
that all hot, and 2, their music's actually very good. So
Well, it's not, is it?
of course it is. How can you say it's not good? It's got top 10 with pretty much every song they've ever released.
Yes, I forgot. By definition, surely the chart position is definition of good music. I forgot about that. You're right. I'm totally
You're a
wrong.
musical snob anyway, so why would you?
I'm not a musical snob.
You are. If it's not on, if it's not on the hype machine, then it's not new. He's one of these types who finds
the time.
It is. He's one of these people that finds music before it comes out, which is great and stuff. But the second that it comes out in the mainstream, he goes, "Oh, I heard it months ago."
Yeah, but at least I'm not one of these people that sort of dismiss it as soon as it gets mainstream. Those people annoy me the most. Like when they're into something and then
sounds like
loads
Charles.
of people, and then loads of people like it, and then they're like, "Oh no, not interested. They were so good before they get mainstream." It's like, oh, for God's sake.
Were you saying Woody's the same?
Yeah.
So what is it? So apart from rock, is there any other music genres that you guys like? Like when you are scouting for new music, do you just look strictly at pop and rock, or do you look at R&B?
Oh, definitely not. No, I mean lately we've been into swing music. It's been the big thing lately.
Wow.
Yeah, big band. I think all of us have a very, very wide,
that we listen to.
Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing that we won't listen to. We're open to anything.
Is there anything that you've taken from those different genres and put into songs that you've released so far?
For recording wise, like earlier I said, our shows are different. We would have full bands come on with us and play at live shows sometimes.
Wow.
We've incorporated it to the live show, but we've never done it on a CD or anything. We definitely will, but we haven't yet.
Okay, so speaking of CDs, so you've released a couple of singles like After Class, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But what have you guys got out so far? Is it just a single EP or is it just a couple of singles?
Right now we just have the EP. It's a 7-track CD, but only 4 songs on it. We added some fun stuff in the middle. But we released our very first EP or CD, whatever you want to call it. It's called A Little Something for You. That's the first one we've ever done. We've recorded completely on our own. put it out on our own, made the cases on our own, everything. Yeah, that's the first one that just came out, I think about a week ago. And then
28th.
On the 28th, yeah, and we're working on a full-length acoustic album now, so that'll be coming out probably the next 2 months.
Okay, so how did people respond to that new EP? Did they like it?
So far it's been really well. We've gotten out 124 copies in just not very long. But I mean, again, we've only sell them at live shows too, so they're not. Well, no, I take that back. We sell it online now too. We just opened up a Bandcamp and a Reverb Nation, so we're doing it online now.
Awesome.
How do you record? Like, do you get a lot of studio time, or is it just
we do it ourselves actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do it in our bedroom.
Fair enough. There you go.
They're DIY.
Yeah, pretty much.
Definitely.
DIY.
The DIY. Okay, we spoke about
it.
Yeah.
Getting it.
So, what do you do? Anything other than gigs to get exposure? Like, I noticed that you're on a lot of social networks. Do you try and keep like a close connection with your current fans and try and draw new ones in that way, or is there anything beyond, the Twitter and the Facebooks?
What we're basically doing is we have several, like you said, several social network sites, and we try to give each site a different feel. Like we have this thing called a BuzzNet, and the BuzzNet has this thing called show blogs, and we talk about from each one of our perspectives what happened during that day through our eyes, and we just give these like details. They're kind of like books or articles.
Yeah. It's like since I'm the roadie and the tech, my blog is called Through a Tech's Eyes. Actually, it's my blog is getting released today. Pretty soon. Charles did one.
I've done several.
Charles has done several, but I mean, it basically goes through like our entire day and
of the show.
Yeah, the show. Basically, like from wake up until the member that's writing it goes to sleep. I mean, we have that. We have Tumblr.
YouTube.
YouTube.
We put up a lot of videos. Just showing our goofy stuff. Like we have the music, but we also have us goofing off. I believe there's we haven't put this video yet, but we were on this bridge going like 65 miles per hour, and Justin got on the top of my car while we were on top of the bridge.
Oh god!
Just show us sitting on top of while we're driving 65 miles.
It's kind of like the TV show Jackass with music.
Yeah.
Similar, yeah.
But it's not an act either. It's like that's how we are.
Yeah,
it's just like spirit in the moment. You thought you'd capture it on video as well.
Pretty much.
I mean, if we had cameras rolling all the time, it'd be ridiculous.
But yeah, we like to give each website like its individual. It's like Tumblr has a lot of pictures, just like data what's happened most recently, and talks about what's going on. Then Facebook, we kind of interact more. People, they leave comments, we talk to them. We just try to have, use the internet as much as you can, because the internet's just so vast.
Yeah. And
you can cover so many places without having to,
Example one, we're talking to you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
We're in Florida and you guys are across the entire, world. The internet's awesome.
That's true.